My name's Laura and I currently volunteer as an appropriate adult for Anglia Care Trust, and I also volunteer on a weekly basis within housing and money advice. I have recently left university graduating with a criminology degree. It was during my criminology studies that I sort of ran into ACT, as it were. My lecturer speaks very highly of ACT as an organisation which offers students volunteering opportunities. So that's how I sort of came across it, and I've been here ever since. Obviously, as an appropriate adult, you can deal with juveniles in custody or you can deal with vulnerable adults. Usually with the juveniles, me being young is almost a favour to them. I'm quite relatable to them. I understand their language. I understand what life is like as a teenager or young person. With the adults, it's slightly harder, especially when you're dealing with very vulnerable people who are older than you. Sometimes they can look at you and think, oh, you're young enough to be my daughter, but you know, you sort of, age is just a number and it doesn't really matter, and it's always age over experience over age, and that's what I've always found, so I've never really had a problem with it. Obviously, ACT do so much. It's such a varied organisation. I mean, you've got the domestic abuse team, you've got money advice, you've got housing, you've got appropriate adult. I mean, the overall aim of it is to keep people in accommodation, to keep people on the straight and narrow with money, with support. It's to make sure children are making the right decisions when they're leaving school. It's just moving towards a stable society for everyone and empowering vulnerable individuals to make positive changes to their future. You sit in lectures and it's quite easy to become sort of disconnected from reality. You learn about all these theories and you read all these books and all these studies and all this research about crime, but it's quite easy to become sort of disconnected away from it. Whereas volunteering, you sort of think, actually, I'm bringing this all together. I'm seeing all these criminological theories that I'm having exams about and I'm writing assignments about, and I'm seeing that in real life and actually being able to apply what I know into real life. And it's really interesting to be able to look at these people and think, actually, I do understand why you're doing this because of my background, because of what I know. I can understand how you're in this position, which I think is really good, to be able to understand these service users in the way they want to be understood. Volunteering is the most rewarding thing you can do. I mean, I've done loads of jobs and this is definitely the highest job satisfaction I've ever had. I mean, being able to walk away from wherever you know, I work in so many different places, the job centre, probation, from head office, police investigation centres, being able to walk away and think, actually, I made a really big difference. Also with volunteering, if you're willing to put the hours in, you can really get a lot out of it. I mean, I've got a service user at the moment that is incredibly vulnerable, and now I've finished uni and I've got some available time, I'm being able to offer her so much more support that she needs, and I'm being able to sort of choose what work I do and take on my own individual caseload because it's so rewarding and I don't mind doing it. And I never thought I'd be okay with working for free, but it's that rewarding that the money doesn't matter.